have that much attention getter. But hello, my name is Mark Martin with Atmos Energy, but I'm here today representing the Greater Owensboro Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to a chamber ribbon cutting for a long-standing community partner in Kentucky Wesleyan College. Kentucky Wesleyan is such a beautiful campus, so please take some time and tour the campus if you haven't been here for a while. Not only does Kentucky Wesleyan provide a plethora of opportunities as a higher education provider, but Kentucky Wesleyan is also an economic driver to our community. The renovation of Kendall Hall is another example of Kentucky Wesleyan's continuous commitment to improvement. Before I turn the floor over to Tom, I'd like to take a moment and recognize the Chamber board members, ambassadors, and staff that are in attendance today. And I'm not going to do names or anything like that, but if you just raise your hands. Thank you for all of you for being here. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Kentucky Wesleyan's Vice President for Advancement, Tom Keeper.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you to Candy Brake and the Owensboro Chamber for being such a tremendous partner of ours, not just here at Kentucky Wesleyan, but certainly in this community. Unlike Mark, I am going to recognize people by name, so please bear with me here. We do have several special guests that we want to recognize that were instrumental in this project. Our general contractor was Rusher Construction out of Owensboro, and Sandra and Dan Thomas are with us in the back. Ross Tarrant and Associates out of Lexington were the architect for the project. Randy Brookshire, Peter Fisher, and Ann Allen Callahan are with us. There they are. Partners Development was our facility development firm out of Knoxville, Tennessee, and Alex Decker is with us along with Steve and Sheila Whitehead. Go Big Orange, and I can say that because I'm the one. So. And then we have our Kentucky Wesleyan Board of Trustees Housing Task Force Chair with us, Mr. Phil Malone. Where's Phil? He's back here. We want to recognize a few other Board of Trustee members from Kentucky Wesleyan who are with us. I see David Hocker, Jeff Foreman, Sonny Hall. Who did I miss? Jack Wells. There you are, Jack. Anybody else? Anybody sneak in? Thank you all for being here. And then last but certainly not least, we have a couple of our education partners. We have Nick Brake, the Superintendent of Owensboro Public Schools with us, and also Scott Williams, the President of OCTC. So we want to thank you all for coming. That being said, it's my pleasure to introduce the President of Kentucky Wesleyan College, Mr. Bart Darrell.
Welcome. It is not a blue ribbon day for Kentucky Wesleyan College. It is a, yes you know, purple ribbon day. We're going to have a lot of those. We're going to have more. I also want to recognize some folks, business partner in this venture with us. There are some folks here from Independence Bank. I want to thank them personally. Jared Bowman, David Slack, Jennifer Owen, and Daryl Higginbotham are all here. I believe if I've missed anybody, I apologize. You know, this is a great thing, and as nice as this facility is, what this is really all about is not the bricks and mortar, not the new interior. It's about increasing the quality education for young people. And for any of you who know anybody who works at Kentucky Wesleyan College, you know that first, second, and last, we are student driven. And so I want to recognize the faculty and staff members who are here. Would you please raise your hands and be recognized? This is who drives this. Many of you know that the only reason I'm in Kentucky is because of Kentucky Wesleyan College. We moved here from Texas when I think I was 10 years old. And I am very nervous being in this building, always. The reason being, when I think I was 11, I used to hang out here in the summers with some of the college guys, and I'd run over to the old Quonset hut and try my best to play basketball. And I got in trouble here. The first time I ever got in trouble at Kentucky Wesleyan College was in this dorm for throwing a basketball up in the stairwell too late at night. and there are people trying to sleep, and I never did that again. So I still kind of get a little nervous. We have somebody else I want to recognize, because this is really neat for me, and it is inspiring. We have Pastor Russell East with us here tonight from Louisville, Kentucky, or this afternoon from Louisville, Kentucky. He came down here for this because not only is he a grad, but he moved into this dorm when it opened in 1963. And he knew both the guys in this picture and where they lived. Finally, again, I don't know all the bells and whistles this building, but somebody here does. And I want to call on our Dean of Students to talk a little bit about everything we've got here and what it's going to mean for the student population here at Kentucky Wesleyan College. Scott Crank.
Delighted that you are here. This is a 2-year project that we began through the early formation stages, and to see it come to fruition like this is absolutely amazing. We have been checking students in since last Wednesday. The early reports are very good. They are getting used to using their card swipes to get into doors that we haven't had before, so there are some growing pains that we're experiencing. But what we have added to our Residence Life program is a kitchen. As you can see, this is the first time we've had a full-service kitchen in any of our residence halls. The students have already started using that. We fed our RAs and our resident directors the past week during their training from here, and that's gone very well. As we go up the ramp, you'll get a chance to tour the building. We're going to have our RAs in their rooms to show you some decorated rooms. The other rooms will be open so you can see what they look like without being decorated or without the furnishings that they bring from home. But this is a 146 bed facility. It is a co-ed building. And the reason the hallways are controlled the way they are is to keep the men out of the women's hall. There is a method to our madness. The women have full access. Their cards will get them in any wing they want, except this wing right here, which is all male. And then we also, every room has its own air conditioning and heating area. So it's like a hotel room with a PTAC unit that they can control their heating and air. Now, Sonny Hall told me that he moved here in 1963 because it was the first building on campus that had air conditioning. Is that true, Sonny? That's true, okay. So we've come a long way. Now they control, this building used to be either were all heat or all air. Now if they're hot-natured, they can put the air on. If they're cold-natured, they put the heat on. So they're very pleased about that. Every piece of furniture in the room is movable, so they can arrange the room any way they want. I took a family through just a few moments ago, and the 3 rooms we looked at, everyone was different. The students are being creative. They can loft their beds, they can bunk their beds, they can keep them on the floor. Before, the furniture was built into the wall, so your creativity was a bit hindered because you weren't able to go and create your own space. Now, in the basement of this building, you'll see 2 multi-purpose classrooms. This is something that is referred to as a living learning environment, where you have the learning going on within your residence hall. You'll see down there that students have an opportunity to have classes down there, as well as late night study. Our library closes every evening at midnight. So the students aren't finished studying at midnight. You know they keep different hours than we do. They're just getting started at midnight. So they can come over in a group and go to that multi-purpose classroom and continue their study with their classmates, and hopefully that'll lead to a better living and learning environment for them. Okay? I think I've covered all the new additions that we had. We're delighted you're here. We're going to lead some tours. You can go through on your own if you wish. The students have been warned. So hopefully the rooms they'll look lived in, I'm sure. Also, as you walk around this room, look at the pictures. These are the original pictures from Kendall Hall when it opened in 1963. That's the groundbreaking in the corner, and I've been informed that that's President Harold Hamilton and Mr. Snyder, who was the Board of Trustee chair, and he's also the Snyder office building is named after him. So you get a historical lesson today during your tour of Kendall Hall. Thank you very much, and enjoy your visit here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We did it. We're going. Yeah. All right.